Okay. This says I'm live. It's acting like it. Boy, it is glitching. Look at that glitch. Look at that. Oh, goody. So, I am unsure if I'm live because that is really glitching out. Shouldn't be. I have a great, excellent connection. So, I'd love to have that explained to me. Let me close these. There. All right. Maybe that'll help, and my computer shouldn't be overloaded. Well, thank you, YouTube, for glitching out. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Lion's Den. I'm going to have a little talk here about the Democrats always all acting surprised right now. Sorry, there we go. I am trying to make sure my sound is working because YouTube and my software are still continuing to have a problem. It's acting like I'm not live, even though it says I am. Okay, so my woes with YouTube continue. It won't let me go. Well, that's interesting. Home. Sorry, I am really getting tired of my issues of YouTube here. I'm clicking on it, and I'm just trying to see if I have sound. I do. Boy, this has been a continual thing here with YouTube. I am about to change my software because I know it's YouTube. I know it's my software. I can't get any help from YouTube. And my software provider is being semi-unhelpful. So I am probably going to switch software and see if that helps. Goody, you get to learn something new. All right, but we are over here at the Federalist. We're going to talk about how the Democrats, after 4 blazing years of them gaslighting us, telling us, oh, the economy is amazing, the economy is amazing. What are you talking about? Yeah, oh, inflation, no. Job numbers are epic. All this other crap. Now suddenly they come out 3 weeks into the Trump administration and start going, oh, he hasn't fixed the economy yet. He hasn't improved it. And my response is always, what do you mean fixed? I thought it wasn't broken. So now we are getting stories coming out from Politico, and of course Federalist is going to report on it, from Politico and a lot of these other leftist media sources talking about, gee, why hasn't Trump done this? And they admit Democrats were fooled that the economy was good. Me personally, do you think they were fooled? I don't. I think the Democrats were purposely blind if they weren't just plain stupid. Because anybody going to the grocery store, anybody buying gasoline, anybody out buying any item would see that inflation was through the roof. Prices were high. Anybody paying attention seeing Red Lobster, Hooters, all these other restaurant chains, McDonald's struggling. Everybody's struggling because the economy sucked. And manufacturing job numbers, changing the metric on how they even read inflation. What a load of crap the whole thing was. So yeah, I personally believe either the Democrats that are acting like the economy is suddenly bad or one of 3 classes. They are absolutely stupid about what is actually going on. 2, they are totally dishonest about it. They knew, they didn't care. And 4, they just let hate, 3, they let hate guide them. So maybe the second 2 could mix. But there's no way they didn't know. I'm saying bull. I think there's being covered. But over here at Federalist, after telling Democrats to feel good about economy, no, they told all of us. They bashed our heads with it. Metaphorically there, YouTube. Sometimes, about economy going into election. Politico now says Democrats were tricked. And we will go over to Politico in a second. Sure, maybe some Democrats were tricked, but it wasn't just because of misleading government statistics. It was because a propagandist like Politico pushed a phony narrative to drag their preferred party across the finish line. And I'm saying bullshit. I am still saying it doesn't matter what propaganda there is. If Donald Trump says something, had or not, I go look it up. I want to know, one, if the media who's telling me he said something is lying. I want to know if Donald Trump actually said that. And if he did say it, I want to know what his context was and what the hell he was talking about. But if you, as a Democrat, did not go look stuff up or open your damned eyes when you're buying bacon and everything else so expensive, and don't even give me the eggs thing. Don't give me the eggs thing. How did Donald Trump cause the great bird flu epidemic that's been happening for over a year? How did Donald Trump in September have like 100 million or 20 million chickens put down, whichever number it was? So don't give me that. Oh, Trump has to raise the price of eggs. Well, yeah, the chicken's got to grow back to big enough to have eggs. But yeah, go look that up. Bird flu under Biden administration. Okay. So I don't think a lot of Democrats were fooled. I think they were either uneducated, did not want to even look things up behind the titles they were looking at, the headlines, or they're talking head like Rachel Madcow out there saying stupid crap. They didn't look at actual facts. Go look it up. They just went with it. And the others, I think they just didn't care. They hate Trump so much. Yes, they hate him. These are people who have been programmed for 9 or 10 years to hate this man. You can brainwash anybody in 9 or 10 years. Think about the average 22-year-old today. 10 years ago, they were 12. These people have been told since the age of 12, Donald Trump is bad. Donald Trump's gonna put black people in chains. Donald Trump's gonna cause World War III. Donald Trump's gonna end this. Donald Trump's gonna take away women's rights. Donald Trump, bad, 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 bad. Worse than Hitler, worse than Mussolini. So these are people programmed in their brains as they're developing to hate this man. So no matter what he does, they will not listen to it if it's good, and they will hate. So they will be blinded easily by somebody saying the economy is great, even as they are paying $300 for groceries that only used to cost $150 before Biden. So yeah. All right. Politico released an analysis on Tuesday how Democrats were tricked, bullshit, into believing the economy was strong. In that analysis, former U.S. Comptroller of the Currency, Eugene Ludwig, explained that voters were right about the economy. No shit. And it was the data that was wrong. No, it wasn't. There wasn't data proving that they were wrong or that they were right at the time. We were right. Open your eyes. And they even said, do not. There was a meme going around because people were joking. Democrats were always telling you, don't believe your own eyes. Don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your wallet. That was the bullshit. They were gaslighting. Before the presidential election, many Democrats were puzzled by the seeming disconnect between economic reality as reflected in various government statistics and the public's perceptions of the economy on the ground, Ludwig wrote. No, they weren't. Democrats were out en masse spouting this crap. They weren't puzzled. This is when Politico was covering. They don't want to just admit, hey, we lied like crazy. No, they won't admit it. They still have to cover and try to act like, well, we were just fooled. Silly us. Oopsie. Bullshit. Man. Many in Washington charged that right-wing echo chambers were conning voters and believing entirely preposterous narratives about America's decline, Ludwig continued. Once again, I cannot stress this enough. Anybody that opened their eyes and was not blinded by hatred, who looked behind headlines from the left, automatically knew the economy bad when we were screaming about it. And we were called the idiots, the assholes, the uneducated rubes, the average Trump voter. So yeah, what a load. They are covering. Take this Politico article published in October 2024. Harris is writing a dream economy into the election. It may be too late for voters to notice. It was all gaslighting. Everything to do with Harris was gaslighting. Everything to do with the Biden economy was gaslighting. You know, like, he's sharp as a tack. He is so vigorous behind the scenes. He is amazing. He's doing backflips. He's on Mr. T's gymnastics team. He is one of the Galaxy Rangers. Yet when we see him, he's like, stop it. The Crypt Keeper had more energy. Everything to do with that administration was gaslighting. The numbers showed a solid economic picture and a remarkable victory for the Biden-Harris administration, according to the article, which cited bullshit. Not statistics, cited bullshit. Cited feels over any facts. And by the way, the unemployment rate, they were wrong about that. Less than a month later, Politico released another review about the economy. Surprisingly strong. You get the idea. I don't think I need to give you every word to word through this, but you'll dig through a little more. The economy is surprising resilience. Everything they said. All good, amazing, epic. Remember Kamala? She's brat. Whatever. Months earlier, Politico salivated at Biden's holy grail economy. Strong job market. While restaurants were struggling, closing stores, Big Lots closing. Come on, let's go. That economy was never there. As everybody's cutting back, everybody's closing, businesses are cutting back. As people are walking around just hoping they can afford groceries. They kept saying this. It was obvious. You were lied to. CNN, MSNBC, ABC, Democrats all lied. That's all there is to it. They lied. Sorry, I'm going to pop over here real quick. Okay, just want to take a look. I didn't think so. I'm a tiny nobody. And I didn't send out notifications before. I like to just go live. So I understand what that does or doesn't do. It's no mystery why Democrats thought they had a strong economic message. No, they didn't. As conservative outlets were confronting the Biden-Harris administration, and Democrats with the truth propaganda press members like Politico were going into overdrive to cover for the disastrous economy. Yeah, well then, I'm sorry there, Federalists, but Democrats didn't have the truth. Refix your shit. Because that's my wife coming home. Because that's what a propaganda dress does. Whatever. But while Democrats are screaming into their echo chamber, no, they were screaming in our faces. Anybody who disagreed with Democrats got screamed at. Sorry if my mic might be a little hot because I am talking loud. So if you have, I'm sorry, please turn it down if you need to. Americans were screaming out for help. No kidding. And we were told to shut up, sit down, don't believe your eyes, don't believe your wallet. Ludwig said that the government statistics were fundamentally flawed. No, they weren't. The actual statistics showed we were screwed. We were in a crap economy. They changed the metrics. They changed how we read inflation. They changed the job numbers. Remember, every time the job numbers come out, oh, look at these job numbers. Then quietly it was downgraded a month or two later by huge amounts. Go look that up. It was downgraded almost every single time. They come out with a bullshit number. A month or so later, quietly it was downgraded. One time by at least a third. That's insane. Or it's just pure lying. So no, it weren't fundamentally flawed. They did it on purpose. What if, in fact, darker assessments of the economy were more authentically tethered? They were. It wasn't dark. It was fact. Remember? There's something I heard, I can't remember which right-leaning pundit started saying this, but I think it was, Ben Shapiro maybe. Facts don't care about your feelings. Democrats were ruled by feelings, not facts. These were facts and they had ignored them. In their face facts. They ignored it. They noted that Democrats seem much more inclined to believe what the government said about the economy, or Republicans seem more inclined to believe what they're seeing with their own two eyes. So that is, you just admitted stupidity there. Blatantly stupidity or hatred. Purpose. It was either on, you're accidentally stupid, or you're on purposely hateful and putting blinders on. Ludwig went on to explain that the filters used to compute the headline statistics are flawed. No, stop it. All right, I'm done reading about this guy. You can go back to this article and read it as much as you want. All he's doing is covering. He is saying bullshit to cover for the actual lies and stupidity. That's all it is. Cover, not my problem, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it was oopsie. Strangely, we didn't see it. He missed right up here. They believed the government and other people, talking heads on the media over their own wallet and eyes. That is either stupidity or on purpose. One of the two. Well, that's supposed to be turned off. Notably, Politico did its best to celebrate the numbers, calling Biden's labor market in June too hot to handle and lauding its surprising resilience. That helps bolster President Joe Biden's economic message. Ludwig then touched on weekly earnings, explaining that if the government were to include unemployed workers and those in part-time work, the median weekly earnings number would drop from around $62,000 to approximately $52,000. So the average middle-class working American real earnings and power dropped by $10,000. Yet they're all saying, Americans have more money than ever. And Democrats, their wallet being thin, their bank account being low, not being able to afford near as much food, groceries, or gas, we're all going, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, dumb. That was hate. You can't think the Trumpers, the maggots are right. No, because they're evils. Think of that. American workers on the median are making 16% less than the prevailing statistics would indicate. Means they were lying. Either that or you're going to tell me that every single government and leftist media economist just made a boo-boo together? They all made a 16% boo-boo? While everybody I knew that was centrist, libertarian, right-leaning, mixture, independent, all saw this. So then every one of them stupid bastards should be fired. That's it. Ludwig also discussed how the inflation and GDP statistics were misleading, lied about, and painted a better picture than reality showed. Statistic discrepancies. See, this guy, all he's doing is covering. Federalist, do better. Just come out and state the guy lied his butt off. And you can go over here to this is the actual Political article. Voters were right about the economy. The data was wrong. No, it was blatantly lying, and some of it wasn't wrong. It was telling you, lefties, the economy was bad, and you went, no, 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 it burns, the facts burn. That's what you were doing. No, Hitler's followers could not be right. Mussolini's followers could not be right. No, facts burn like the sun for vampires, you guys. Yeah, here's why unemployment is higher, wages are lower, and growth less robust than government statistics suggest. Now, my big problem also is how lefties, the few that will suddenly admit, oh, the economy's horrid. Boy, go to Reddit. You want to see the biggest cesspool of dumbasses on the left? Go to Reddit. They're all, Trump hasn't fixed shit yet, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm sorry he hasn't fixed 4 years of your stupidity in 3 weeks. Gee, silly, huh? Dummies. They are. They're just dummies. It's on purpose. It's pure hate. Go to some of the Reddit political pages. And man, oh man, you better have a puke bag with you and some, man, you're going to need a drink. I don't drink much alcohol, but you may want to have a couple. And I've screenshotted death threats on there to the president and his administration. There's a lot of that going on Reddit. They don't do a lot about it a lot of times. Before the presidential election, many Democrats were puzzled by the seeming disconnect. Yeah, see, so we read all this. On some level, blah, 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 blah. So here you go. Here it is. Same thing. We just were fooled. No, you weren't fooled. I know that now they come out and admit that the unemployment numbers that they were saying were amazing. It was now closer that it was 24%. That is not a recession even. That is depression numbers, which a lot of people that I knew in the center and right were saying that this is not a recession. This is a depression. And they were right. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't believe those who I'm skipping by a lot because you don't need to have the soft oopsies and self-apologizing and while they're dancing out of their own bullshit. I don't believe those who went into this past election taking pride in the employment numbers understood the near record low unemployment figures. The figure was a mere 4.2% in November counted homeless people doing occasional work as employed, and also put a lot more weight on part-time employees where there was people having 2 or 3 jobs just to make things work. It's never been balanced that heavy on that as it was during this administration. But the implications are powerful. If you filter the statistic to include as unemployed people who can't find anything but part-time work or who make a poverty wage roughly $25,000, like we used to before the Biden administration's people changed the metrics. The percentage is actually 23.7%. In other words, nearly 1 of every 4 workers is functionally unemployed in America today. Hardly something to celebrate. But, once again, we didn't see this. Wow, we're surprised. Where did this bad economy come from? Oh, now it's bad. Trump hasn't fixed it. Yeah, this is what we're getting. The picture is simply misleading when examining the methodology. No. A lot of the facts, keep in mind, a lot of right, center, and left people were looking at the exact same statistics, the exact same numbers. And at times, when they weren't changing the metrics, those numbers told each of those parties the exact same thing. The economy was fucked. You do not have Big Lots, Hooters, McDonald's, all these other businesses pulling back. Taco Bell pulling back workers. Other businesses closing. You always hear pullbacks. Red Lobster. All this crap going down. Your bacon costs $7, $8, $9 or more. You do not get that in a good economy. And it was clear as hell that 1 out of those 3 groups kept telling people blowing sunshine up your ass. And you, knowing it by seeing those numbers that I all talk about in your daily lives, just sucked that sunshine right up there and spewed it out stinking like your buttholes to everybody else. Yeah, that was a visual image, wasn't it? Today, as a result, those keeping track are led to believe the median wage stands at roughly $61.9. Not in my house. But if you track everyone in the workforce, that is if you include part-time, blah, 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 the results are closer to 52.3, like I said in the last article. So you get the idea. But then it comes to all these people now want to say that it's all Trump's fault. That Trump, wow, you chuds, Trump hasn't improved it. Yeah, he's going to fix 4 years of blatant lies in 3 weeks. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I think it's all crap. I think a lot of Democrats 100% with their eyes knew the economy was crap. And either they were just fine lying for power or stupidity or because they couldn't let the orange man have it. You know? It doesn't matter. I really believe this is the truth. If Donald Trump came out today and cured cancer, somehow they would scream at him, well, you just put all these amazing medical people out of work. Oh my God, you hurt the medical industry on the medical equipment industry. Oh my God, you bastard. How dare you cure cancer? It is that bad. In spite of their own eyes, they denied the economy was actually bad. They denied that Joe Biden was decrepit, full dementia, and not in charge. No matter what they saw, what they heard, what was actually happening in the White House. Man not doing his security conference meetings. Somebody knocked on the door. 3 dogs, 2 cats. Yep. So yeah, I really think that Democrats did it to themselves on purpose and with either stupidity or malice or a mix thereof. And that is just, it's just, I have no words to really cover it. I can make a lot of bad words, I can say dumb phrases, whatever, but it's so hard to think that way, to go, wow, I will just screw myself just to spite somebody else. It's almost like the end of Wrath of Khan, you know? With hate, I spit my last breath at thee, you know? That was Khan Noonien Singh. So, best Star Trek movie ever, by the way. But yeah, Democrats were willing to, with hate, spit their last breath at anybody saying the opposite of their cult. That's my last little point here, if you've even made it this far. Democrats want to say that Trump followers are a cult. Republicans are a cult. No. A cult is looking at stuff right in front of your face, in your daily life, that shows your party, your government, your media is lying to you and saying, nope, that is a cult. You drank the Kool-Aid. You slugged it down. Even though the Kool-Aid man was yelling, oh no, you slammed that Kool-Aid by the gallon. You are the cultists. You go look at Reddit and X and some of these other platforms where the lefties are just really being insane still spouting the same shit they did during the first Trump presidency. None of it ever happened, but they're still spouting it, amping it up. You are a cult. Every time you're proven wrong, you sidestep and amp it up. You are a cult. You don't get to call anybody who supports Trump, Republicans, a cult till you fix your own stupidity. You are definitely deep into the cult. But that's my last point, and thanks for stopping in, everybody. Please leave a thumbs up, and hey, consider subscribing if you like anything I said. And honestly, if you made it this far through my craziness, I appreciate it. And if you didn't like anything I said, I appreciate you taking any of your time. And if you made it this far and you didn't like what I said, hey, you may have a chance of escaping that cult, because you may have a teeny bit of an open mind and might actually care enough to listen to the other side, which is where we need to get back to. That's one thing we did have during the Bill Clinton years. When I thought the guy was a good president, I voted for him. But Democrat, Republicans still work together. They'd find common ground and make a law based on common ground. Not anymore. The right will take a stance, and sometimes it's not a good one. But the left takes a stance, and it'll be insane right now, and they will not even moderate. So if you are a Democrat and you've listened this long, I am actually saying thank you and giving you a thumbs up kind of, I don't know, I have a little bit of hope then. So, all right, comment below. Let me know what you think. Did the Democrats let themselves be led that way because of stupidity, because of hate and malice, or a combination thereof? And everybody out there, stay warm, stay happy, and I will talk to you later. I am out of here. Have a good one.